When we work on any behavior, it is always important to know why our child is doing something. Like if your child is not able to sit in one place, then think why is he not able to sit in one place. I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can improve sitting tolerance based on why reasoning. So number one reason, let's say your child is less than 3 years old. So for any child who's less than 3, it's very difficult for them to sit because sitting is an unnatural activity for them. Because they're very new to the environment and they're explorers and they're constantly looking for things to engage themselves with, to see and to understand, they find it difficult to sit down. So for a child who's less than 3, try to do a lot of movement based activities like running, jumping and rhymes based activities or physical play activities. Now I don't really like the word tolerance because we don't want our child to tolerate sitting down. We want our child to like to sit down. Now this is related to the second reason. Let's say your child can sit if he wants to, but he does not like to sit or he is not interested in the activity. Then what can you do? Then you could work on first observing your child, and you might be doing this already, and you will know some of the things that your child likes very much. So find your child's interest, areas of interest, and also find how your child likes to play. Like for example, if he takes something and he likes to sing with it, maybe he likes a lot of music based play, so you will make a note of that and use that into your activities. Or if your child likes some sees a book or does some activity and moves as he's doing the activity or does the actions of the animals, let's say, then your child likes movement based activities. So make a note of that and try to incorporate the topic of your child's interest as well as the way your child likes to play generally. So the topic and the type of play that your child likes. So take these two information and then try to build activities around it. For example, let's say you're trying to teach your child some action words and you've been trying with some flashcards and he's not looking or listening. And then now you're going to change the method. And let's say your child loves animals. Most of the children like animals. You can take pictures of animals doing certain things like eating or a monkey hanging or a kangaroo jumping. So you can take these animal pictures and through that you can teach your child so that his interest is there and attention is there, and same way sitting behavior also emerges. Now the third tip is related to the third reason. Now let's say your child can sit and wants to sit, but you can feel that their body is not able to sit. Like they have to get up and shake or they have to get up and run, and it's very impulsive for your child. So this means your child might have some dysregulation, sensory dysregulation, for which you have to consult an OT. But in case when you're also taking an OT and you're also doing some activities at home, what can you do? Some things you can try to do is to get your child to sit on a therapy ball, exercise ball, while he's doing the activity. Or something I love to do because it energizes me also is to give movement breaks between activity. So when you're doing, let's say, puzzles or you're doing some kind of pretend play activity for 10 minutes or 12 minutes, generally 10 minutes is a good area for an activity, good time period for an activity. So after that 10 minutes, you give your child a movement break where both of you get up and do some type of fast movement like running from one place to another place or jumping or skipping or bouncing on the trampoline for a few minutes, and then come back to the table or to the sitting area and then do the next activity. So the movement breaks will help your child get all the energy out and regulate himself for some time to focus on the activity. Now, apart from these 3 tips, some general things you can try is to make sure that your child gets at least 2 hours to 3 hours of physical play per day. That is, they should be moving in a natural environment and playing physically and not just sitting and playing for at least 2 hours before you make them sit down and focus on any tabletop activities. Also make sure that food and sleep patterns are also taken care of. So if your child had disturbed sleep the previous night, or if they had a lot of packed and processed food, it might be difficult for them to stay still, because that affects your child's energy level. As well, make sure you're giving a lot of sensory experiences to your child. Like, take them out in nature very often. Let them play in grass, in sand, in on stones, by climbing trees. These are all very important activities, physical activities for a child to experience in childhood. And sometimes when that is lacking, it can seem like your child is having very high energy. So do all of these before you start to teach your child in a tabletop activity.